But you know who doesn't seem to like Alyssa Thomas? Aliyah Boston. Aliyah Boston. Aliyah Boston does not seem to like Alyssa Thomas. And this is, some good old-fashioned rivalry. This is some good old-fashioned rivalry. And let me time you out for a day. That's fucking wild. But Aliyah Boston out here going and taunting Alyssa Thomas. Taunting Alyssa Thomas, and that's what you love to see. Not only that, let's not forget in Unrivaled. Let's not forget in Unrivaled. This happening right here. Where are we going? Let's not forget in Unrivaled. Aliyah Boston is cooking Alyssa Thomas. She is cooking Alyssa Thomas. And where is the footage? Alyssa Thomas and Aliyah Boston getting into it. Sorry, this is one of my videos. I couldn't find the actual clip of this. But Alyssa Thomas literally went out of her way to freaking go at Aliyah Boston. So Aliyah Boston, the whole game, Alyssa Thomas is going for Aliyah Boston. And Aliyah Boston is like, yeah, no, I'm gonna go at AT. I'm gonna go at AT here. And then AT could not guard Aliyah Boston. And yeah, we just know that in that scenario, it was Alyssa Thomas who was pissed and tried to go after Aliyah. Alyssa Thomas, am I right in saying, did Alyssa Thomas drop out in the 1v1 tournament so she didn't have to face Aliyah? If that is the case, it would not surprise me. It would not surprise me. But this is, again, these Fever players don't like Alyssa Thomas. It is incredibly clear that they don't like Alyssa Thomas. And it was the weirdest part about all this is that it was incredibly clear in 2024 that they didn't like Alyssa Thomas. That was incredibly clear. And if you guys agree with that, subscribe. We are trying to, we're on track based on our current subscriber numbers. We will be on 0 subscribers by the end of this year based on the rate which we are currently losing subscribers. We will be at 0 subscribers by the end of the year. So you could either help us stay above 60K, or if not, you can help us go towards 0. I don't know. I can't control what you do. But if you could subscribe, we'd greatly appreciate it. But at the end of the day, why did you sign? Why did the fuck did you sign DeWanna Bonner? Why did you sign DeWanna Bonner? This is one of the most baffling things. It is very clear that Aliyah Boston, Caitlin Clark, the Indiana Fever team, they had no issue, by the way. They had no issue with DeWanna. You could tell by even the interactions that they had, that they were having when they were players. And at All-Star Weekend with Caitlin, they had no issue with DeWanna. None whatsoever with DeWanna. But if you have an issue with her wife, why sign her? And someone's saying, Candace Parker saying Aliyah Boston MVP. No, that was literally, that was a preseason prediction. There's no one's saying Candace Parker or Aliyah's depoy right now. And I'm just delighted. I'm delighted that there was no bullshit and the Indiana Fever won on the court and they won while taunting. That's one of my favorite things about this, is that they won and they didn't win silently. They made sure as hell that, the Phoenix Mercury knew. They made sure as hell that they got into the Phoenix Mercury's head. They made sure as hell they did. They won that game clean as anything. While the refs were trying to fuck them because the refs screwed Indiana. The refs absolutely screwed them. And, it is exactly what you want to see. And someone just said if the front office wanted low-risk basketball, why draft Caitlin Clark? Yeah, a different front office drafted Caitlin Clark. And also, even if you want low-risk basketball, who the fuck do you take in the 2024 draft? Cam Brink? No. Angel Reese? No one thought she was going to be good. Like, do you go and take Layla Lacan in a redraft number 1? I don't know. Maybe you take Lacan number 1 in a redraft, which is a wild statement to make, but maybe you take Lacan number 1. Maybe you tell Paige, we want you, we don't want Caitlin, you're going number 1. And she probably does enter the draft if you tell her she's a guarantee to go number 1. Maybe she does enter the draft. I don't know. But no, I'm just delighted to see AT getting booed in her own arena. I'm so happy to see her getting booed by her own fans. I'm happy to see Aliyah Boston going and taunting her after going 3 of 5 from 3 in a game that the Fever won, despite the fact that the Fever did not play well. The refs were completely against the Fever. They were getting calls for bad call after bad call. And not only that, let's be very clear. Alyssa Thomas has painted every single player on that Fever in a bad light, while also saying stuff so bad to Maisha Hines-Allen that Indiana Fever teammates justified Maisha Hines-Allen going after Alyssa Thomas. They basically said, yeah, she should have went after her. They publicly backed up Maisha Hines-Allen going after Alyssa Thomas because of what Alyssa Thomas said. And I'm glad that this is not something that's going to start narratives all over again. I'm glad. And it's one of those things now where you've got a player like AT who is, let's be real, not particularly well liked in the league. Well, not particularly well liked by opponents. I'm not going to say well liked in the league. Like, she's somebody that gets into it with everybody. There's no way in hell that the Minnesota Lynx teammates like her after what she did last year. She basically took a title away from Minnesota, who would have killed the Aces in the finals. Basically took a title away from Minnesota. And yeah, this is now one of these things where we got to see her, be humbled in the best way possible by getting cooked by a player that she basically tried to bully and unrivaled. And it's not going to work now because Aliyah or Alyssa Thomas is not going to back down from anybody. So yeah, that is pretty much it for this part of the video. See you guys.